Hey, Christy Renee here with MindRewire and Christy Renee Healing Ministries. I am so glad to be here today. Literally, some days definitely gladder than others, and today is one of those days. I am in the process of cleaning out a lot of stuff from my house and removing stuff that just doesn't get touched very often. So if it hasn't been touched or moved in over 3 months, it's out, it's going. I highly recommend this activity to everybody because when you keep your space clear, as above, so below, as within, so without, it just works that way. So clean everything out, clean everything up, and I guarantee you'll see a shift in yourself. Outside of that, I just wanted to let this serve as a reminder that Saturday at 3 p.m. we are in, so 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I'm sorry to everybody around the world in different places. I've been getting quite a few emails that it's too late or too early, or I can't please everybody, so I apologize for that. I truly do, but we will be posting the recordings, so you can always rewatch them there, and the energy works the same. I truly believe that it does. If you really get into it and you put all your focus and effort just as if you were really there, you will get the same exact benefit. So this week we are doing a path of negation, the way I was taught it originally. Or close to it anyway, going backwards through time and releasing the energy of a lot of stuff, and just from kind of a neutral standpoint, so we're not focusing into anything necessarily. And then getting back to preconception, so where your spirit was before you jumped into this physical body, so you can feel that. You'll get to know what it feels like, and we'll sit there, we'll hover there for a few minutes, and then we'll come back forward as that energy instead of as our life circumstances and feelings and issues and trauma and whatever. And that by itself is a huge changer for people. Now, I've done this many, many times, and not only by myself, but with people. So go through it the first time with me, and then go back through it and write down the steps. It's not hard, it's super simple. And then do it on your own, because it will keep loosening and loosening and loosening. And then what we're going to talk about, probably before we actually do the activity, we're going to talk about a gentleman named Howdy Mikowski. And if you've never heard of him, look him up. He has books about exiting the cave and information about what he thinks this realm is, and our thought processes at this point are kind of in alignment, so that's interesting and fun. But he does a process called a life recapitulation. So a life recapitulation. So it's like recapping your life, right? They tell you when you die, a lot of people will say that you get a life review. So the review is after you've died, you go back through the stuff in your life, and they tell you all the stuff that you did wrong and how, maybe give you time to think about how you correct it before you come back here, right? Before you are recycled into this place we live. And we'll talk more about that later. But that life review would be the same idea as the life recapitulation, but you do it while you're alive, so you clean up the field before you die. Clean up your field before you die. It's the same idea as the path of negation, but on a more intense level. So I will talk you through what that looks like to me and what I understood from reading it in Howdy Mikowski's book. Let me show you his book real quick, in case you want to look at this. This one's called Falling for Truth. Now, he is definitely a different mindset than probably what a lot of you are used to if you haven't gone down the rabbit hole. But this is a walk down the rabbit hole. I tend to stay away from the rabbit hole a little bit on this channel, and thought it was a smart idea for a long time, but that's about to stop because I think people need to know more about what this place possibly is and ways that you can actually handle it, and as Howdy would say, how to exit the cave. Potentially how to exit the cave. And even from a GM Wolf standpoint, right? How do you exit this simulation? How do you exit this? Is there an exit point, right? And GM is pretty open about that. He tells you there's 3 options from his training. There's 3 options that you get when you pass. And one of them is coming back here, and it's the light in the tunnel idea, right? So if you don't want to do this again, which is the boat I'm in, I think I'm good. Is it a school of learning? I'll answer that in another video. Somebody literally just asked me these questions. So I'll go back and answer that in another video. But this one's supposed to be about, be here on Saturday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll drop the Zoom link below this video so you can get it. And share it with your friends. I don't care who comes in. I think the room is limited to 100, but I think we'll be fine. And, you know, last week I think we had, at one point there was 12 people in the room. So, you know, definitely if it's not for you, click out whenever you want to. And if it is for you, stick around till the end, because we'll do a little bit of questions and answers sometimes if there's time. I try and keep it down to an hour. Sometimes they run over, but we'll try and keep it to an hour. Bring a pencil and paper. Have some water handy. Always have a glass of water nearby in case you need to take a sip or whatever. And yeah, it's go time. Let's figure this stuff out about ourselves and start cleaning up our energy fields and getting it in alignment for a space that, as this earth shift occurs, which it is, there's no denying it at this point, as the earth shift occurs, we can not only maintain ourselves, but the space around us too. I bless you. Thank you for being here. We'll talk again soon.